What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show, and I'm here with my pal,
Sully Sports,
and you are watching the Not a Football Show!
We love the Tico Fantasy Show.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another episode of the Not a Football Show. The season's over.
Season's over, so now we got to talk about bullshit like Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore's the new head coach of the Saints. It just happened a few minutes? Hours?
It's probably 2 hours, an hour maybe at this point.
Probably. Actually,
Yeah.
Okay, by the time they're watching, 100%. Yeah.
Oh, by the time they're definitely. It's been probably multiple hours.
Lots of hours.
Well, so many hours.
But Kellen Moore's the new head coach of the Saints.
Yep, he went from a Super Bowl champion to the head coach of the Saints, the last job that nobody wanted.
Yeah, nobody.
And it brings up the question, would you rather be a Super Bowl winning offensive coordinator or a head coach for a team that's really bad and you might get fired from, even if it's not your fault?
It's a tough question because the Saints are probably the worst team in the NFL, roster-wise, I would say, right?
I don't know about roster-wise, but definitely cap-wise.
Negative $60 million in cap.
They're in hell.
No money, literal hell. There's no way out.
That's the main problem. I mean, the roster's okay. They have a lot of decent
Did you know that they're
players.
still paying Michael Thomas?
Yeah.
They're paying Michael Thomas like $10 million a year for the next 3 years still.
It's like those baseball contracts. You ever seen those baseball contracts where they pay him for 15 years? Someone's still making a lot of money
there's
right
a couple
now.
people.
But yeah, this is a job that, who Cliff Kingsbury pulled out of to go back to Washington.
As he should. I'd way rather be the Washington offensive coordinator, especially Cliff Kingsbury. You know, Cliff Kingsbury has full reins over that team, so yeah.
And I really do. I think Kellen Moore is good. I think he is good, and I really hope they give him time. This isn't. They're not going to be good this year.
No,
this isn't a 1 or 2 year thing. This is a project.
Yeah, this is a big project.
Yeah.
And I think this season, you just gut it.
Yeah.
Because you have to do it eventually. And the problem is, I think the biggest issue is the Saints' ownership not allowing them to gut it.
No, they keep just restructuring contracts and then pushing the inevitable further and further back.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see if they let Kellen Moore, really get his sink his teeth in and really let him make this team his team and not the Saints that we've seen for the past couple of years where they give an old quarterback a bunch of money, hire a new head coach, and just keep running it back and giving Taysom Hill the ball and hoping they win some games.
Yeah, what you do first of all is, I don't know how you move on from Derek Carr, but you do, and then you just let Spencer Rattler do his thing, and maybe he's good.
He's not,
but maybe with that Kellen Moore, there's a small possibility.
Yeah, what I think, you go into this year's draft, you draft best player available. Don't care who it is. It's not going to be a quarterback.
What pick do they have? Actually, I think I have this. I think I have a screenshot of the draft order.
I'm pretty sure they have. It's definitely a top 10 pick.
They have number 9. They went 5 and 12.
Really? They had pick 9? They were that good?
5 and 12? A bunch of teams are 5 and 12.
Oh,
remember at the beginning of the season, they scored how many points in the first 2 games? They blew 2 teams out.
I was watching.
Kubiak, he's so good.
The NFL just dropped a 2-hour-long video or a 2-hour-long movie of the 2024 NFL season, and I was watching it. I was taking notes and shit, and I saw those 2 games and we all loved Clint Kubiak back then. Clint Kubiak was the man, and now Clint Kubiak's in Seattle, and
yeah. Now you're cooked, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure exactly who are the free agents this year for the Saints. I believe they aren't going to have Rashid Shaheed back.
No, Rashid Shaheed's going to be gone. That's one of my favorite free agent wide receivers out there, actually.
So I'm just going to grab the
But Rashid Shaheed's not going to be there. They just gave Alvin Kamara a big old fat extension, and other than that, they don't really have anybody. I mean, Derek Carr's contract is so fucked up.
Yeah.
That is such a disgusting contract. The fact that they have to, deal with that shit is disgusting. And this is the perfect year to cut him and eat the $40 million in dead cap that you're going to have to eat. This is a great year to eat it.
Yeah, they're also going to lose guys like Paulson
Adebo. One of the best corner free agents out there.
Juwan Johnson, Willie Gay, Equanimeous St. Brown, Marquez Callaway, Chase Young.
They didn't really have much to lose in the first place,
but they're
losing it is the problem.
Yeah,
they have nothing.
Nothing.
I have nothing.
Yeah, I mean, you try to think of a bright spot on this team, and it's Alvin Kamara and Chris Olave when he's not concussed.
I forget that Chris Olave exists, and
Yeah.
it's so sad that Chris Olave has to deal with this team. But hopefully, it gets a little bit better now for him.
I do like that they decided to get off of Marshawn Lattimore, though. They finally did that.
That was a great move.
Next, it's Cam Jordan.
They grab some dude. If you can get a pick, if you can get like a fourth, a fifth, a sixth, if you can get a 7th round pick for Cam Jordan, get rid of Cam Jordan. How old is he now? 37?
Who knows, man? Probably older. He's probably reaching LeBron years.
Is he at the point where you just gotta like ride him out?
I don't know about that point, but I mean, I think it's just such a problem because of how loved he is in the city. And I don't know if they're ever going to do that just because of that reason. So, I mean, they should if they know what's good for him. If I'm Kellen Moore, that's one of the things that I would have made evident that I want to do, before taking the job is I want...
Especially, I think they're still paying him quite a bit of money.
Yeah. Oh, no, definitely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. But you know what I think they should do?
What do you think they should do?
So, cut Derek Carr. That's a must. You got to get rid of Derek Carr. We love him. Trade him. Do it. Actually, we don't love him. We all hate Derek Carr. Nobody likes Derek Carr. Who likes Derek Carr? Yeah, nobody likes Derek Carr. Oh, did you say the Kellen Moore thing?
What Kellen Moore? That in 2011 in college, Kellen Moore threw for 3 touchdowns against Derek Carr and beat him 57-7 with Boise State.
Boise State Broncos,
Fresno.
baby. Go BSU.
Yeah. So he went from whooping up on the quarterback to now coaching him. Maybe.
One of the
Hopefully he's not.
greatest. One of the greatest Boise State quarterbacks to ever do it.
Probably the greatest.
Actually, 100% the greatest.
Yeah.
Not even a question. I don't even know
if
why
Ashton
I said
Genty threw the ball a few times, he'd be the greatest.
Yeah, probably.
Boise.
Yeah. But okay, what they need to do is they need to get rid of Derek Carr, and then they need to bring in a new quarterback.
Yeah, who's that?
Jameis motherfucking Winston.
Damn.
Bring Jameis back to New Orleans.
Jameis in New Orleans is the best content from the Super Bowl.
100%.
Like, did you see him? He was like throwing the purple drink to every.
Dude,
or he was like
did you see
taking
him?
it.
Did you see him freaking at Shad Khan's boat, begging to get on the boat with a little boat cap on? He's like, "Let us on! Let us on!"
Dude, every time I opened up any type of social media, TikTok, Instagram, anything, he was just all over it, throwing W's to people.
Did you see him crash? He crashed into a like a what do you call it? A Cherokee? A carrot? What?
The fuck?
What the fuck's
A
it
Cherokee? I don't even know what you're saying.
What the fuck's that? What's the thing called that with the horses?
A chariot?
A chariot. Yeah.
Cherokee.
He don't crash into the Cherokee.
The goddamn Cherokee. But yeah, he was going crazy. He was wiping like powdered sugar on his face while eating beignets.
Dude, I watched. What was he doing with the beignets? He was fucking scarfing them down. He was like, it's a little undercooked.
He's a good guy. Either him or Justin Fields.
Justin Fields. I want Justin Fields to go somewhere where he can
be good.
Yeah, and he can't be good on the Saints. I mean, he could, but he's not going to be like as good as I'd like him to be.
Yeah. So.
That's another conversation.
We need a whole episode not dedicated to Kellen Moore
need a
trying
whole
to fix
Justin
the
Fields
Saints.
conversation.
Oh yeah, that too. I
love Justin Fields.
We need a whole episode for Justin Fields and a whole episode for trying.
I think
to fix
Justin
the
Fields is
Saints.
gonna be the quarterback of the Steelers.
If they know it's good for him. Yeah.
I think I'm 99% sure Justin Fields is going to be the quarterback for the Steelers, and that Russell Wilson's going to be trying to get another job.
I don't know. I just feel like teams are going to outbid the Steelers.
For Justin Fields?
I think so. I think there's some teams that are willing to shed out some dough for him.
I don't think there's as much what's the word?
Market.
Yeah, I don't think there's as big of a market for Justin Fields as people think.
I think there should be.
I think 100% agree.
Games,
I love Justin Fields. I think he's a great quarterback, and if you put him around the right team, I think if you take Jalen Hurts out and you put Justin Fields onto the Eagles, I think he wins the Super Bowl too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers is the betting favorite to be the next quarterback for the Steelers. So.
Yeah, I saw that this morning. I'm like, what are we really at that point in the offseason?
Let's see, man. We'll see.
It just started. We have 205 days till next season. We really already doing this?
And you just mentioned Jalen Hurts. We haven't even talked about the Eagles part of this Kellen Moore hiring. Who's their offensive coordinator now? I believe you said it was the...
There's nobody yet. So Kellen Moore is taking I don't know what his name is, but he's also taking the Eagles QB coach with him to New Orleans.
That's what it was.
They haven't decided yet. I'd probably guess it's going to be somebody who has been an offensive coordinator somewhere else before and has had success like Kellen Moore did with the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Maybe... Oh, I know it's ugly. I know nobody wants to say it. Do you know what I'm going to say?
What are you going to say?
What do you think I'm going to say?
I can't remember who got a job and who didn't.
I don't know. Bobby
Slowick?
Bobby
I
Slowick.
was thinking him, but I couldn't remember if he got hired somewhere or not.
Bobby Slowick. I'm trying to think of like who's come from the same like coaching tree as Nick Sirianni or Vic Fangio, and Bobby Slowick doesn't come from either of those places.
They may just promote someone on the inside at the end.
The Eagles aren't that type of team. They're not a big promotion type of team. They did that one time and it didn't work the other year with Brian Johnson, I think his name was.
Sounds right.
I think
promote
Brian
Big
Johnson?
Dom, the offensive coordinator.
Dude, Big Dom, an offensive coordinator, would feed families. Apparently,
Straight running.
Apparently, Big Dom like rides around Philadelphia like Tony Soprano. Like apparently, this guy's like the Mac Daddy over there.
He should be. But how do you think the Eagles are going to look without Kellen Moore? I mean,
same.
Exactly the same. I mean,
Same.
I guess all they did was hand the ball off.
Did they really? Did Kellen Moore like? Kellen Moore's a good offensive coordinator. I'm not taking away from him at all, but. Did he really make that offense look significantly better? I mean, yes, they were the number one team in the league in rushing yard or all rushing stats. They were also 32nd in the league in passing attempts.
I don't know, man. Sometimes you just don't know how good you got it till it's gone.
It's very true.
We'll see.
But Kellen Moore was good with the Cowboys. I thought he was a good offensive coordinator with them, so I believe in him.
Every team that he's been on as a coordinator, he's had success there. So
I believe in the fella.
That's what makes me excited to see the Saints, even though the roster leaves a
I
little
like
bit
that they
to be
brought in.
desired.
I like that they brought in an offensive-minded head coach.
Yeah.
Because the last this is a great stat I saw. So the last coach to be in the Super Bowl who was a defensive-minded coach, and he really isn't a defensive-minded head coach, is Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Every other coach has been previously an offensive coordinator and offensive-minded head coach.
Damn, that's crazy.
Bill Belichick's the only one, and when you look back even further than that, it goes back to like Ron Rivera with the Panthers.
Yeah, I was thinking maybe Sirianni, but he's just a vibe. He's just a vibes dude.
Sirianni,
he doesn't
I
do
believe
shit.
Sirianni is a offensive. If you had to label him as an offensive or defensive minded guy, I think you label him as an offensive guy. Yeah, vibes. True.
Vibes. That's it.
He didn't really make any decisions. It was Vic Fangio and Kellen Moore who were making the big calls at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So I think Kellen Moore's gonna have a lot of success with the Saints. I just think it's gonna be a while.
Yeah. I think so.
A long while.
A long
like
time.
2-3 years.
Too long.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think they'll suck ass this year, and I think that's exactly what they need. If they suck ass this year, it will move them so much further along in this rebuild process than anything else.
Yeah, and something interesting too. With Kellen Moore leaving, Jalen Hurts will be on his 9th offensive coordinator in the past 10 years, going back to college. He's been balling, though. It doesn't matter who's
Super Bowl MVP, man.
Yeah, Super Bowl
You
MVP.
officially can't tell history without Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
Isn't that a crazy thing? Yeah. But is that all we got for Mr.
Kellen Moore? Yeah, I think we're good.
Well, that's all we got for Mr. Kellen Moore. Thank you so much for watching another episode of the Not a Football Show. It's a little short, but it's a short episode.
Yeah, it's a short episode. Very short.
Yeah, short. Not that short, though. Pretty long.
Yeah, way too long, actually.
This was really long.
Really fucking long.
Really fucking long.
Way too fucking long.
Really long. But that's all we got for today's show. Thank you so much. My name is Tico from the Tico Fantasy Show. This is my pal.
Sully Sports.
And you are watching the Not a Football Show. Is that